Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, distinguished members of the subcommittee, thank you for the opportunity to testify again before you on the Department of State's efforts to prevent international parental child abduction, to resolve existing cases, and to encourage all sovereign nations to join the United States in membership in the Hague Abduction Convention. I'd like to speak about the two main points of my written statement: the important work of the Bureau of Consular Affairs, Office of Children's Issues in promoting the Hague Abduction Convention, and our work in ensuring compliance with the convention. I ask that my full written statement be entered into the record.
Without objection, so ordered.
Thank you. The Department of State has no higher priority than to safeguard the welfare of children who have been wrongfully abducted across international borders. My experience over the past few years as the Special Advisor for Children's Issues has convinced me that the Hague Abduction Convention is the best tool for resolving cases of international parental child abduction, or IPCA. Of course, the prevention of IPCA is our priority as well, and my written testimony describes the work of our dedicated officers on this front. In those unfortunate circumstances where an abduction does take place, we turn to the convention whenever it is available as a possible remedy. This has been the focus of my work since Secretary Clinton appointed me in 2010. The Hague Convention is a multilateral international treaty that allows us, in our highly interconnected world, to work harmoniously across cultures, borders, and legal systems. As you all know, however, there are many cases involving children abducted to countries where the convention is not an available remedy. One of our top priorities is to engage bilaterally and multilaterally with those foreign governments to explain why the convention is beneficial and to encourage expanded convention partnership throughout the world. Last year, the United States welcomed Singapore and Morocco as new treaty partners, and we were pleased to see several other nations, including South Korea, Russia, and Lesotho, accede to the convention and take steps to institute effective implementation. Parents, of course, want to know what we are doing specifically to help their children when the abduction convention is not an option for them to seek their child's return. In those cases, unfortunately, the options for seeking the return of a child are far more limited, thus underscoring why the convention membership is critical as we move forward. The Office of Children's Issues works closely with those parents to provide information about domestic and foreign resources that may help them to resolve their children's cases. We raise individual cases with foreign governments, requesting through diplomatic channels that they return abducted children to the United States. We assist parents to obtain access, confirm their children's welfare, and understand their options. We monitor legal proceedings as the case unfolds in the court, and we attend hearings when appropriate. We also engage child welfare authorities and advocate for counselor and parental access. In addition, we coordinate with law enforcement authorities when parents choose to pursue criminal remedies and work every day to explore all available and appropriate options for the return of children to their habitual residence. In countries where the convention is available, the Office of Children's Issues works to promote convention compliance. Again, we have a variety of tools at our disposal. Among these are judicial seminars, legal information and infrastructure guidance, and ongoing monitoring as part of the annual compliance report to Congress. We follow individual cases very closely. We coordinate with parents and their attorneys to provide information and updates. We also review judicial decisions for compliance. But it's important to keep in mind that there are times when proper application of the convention does not result in a child's return to the United States. When this happens, we stand by to provide parents with information about pursuing access to the child under the convention, as well as providing all other appropriate assistance. Today, the Office of Children's Issues provides full support to my efforts, as well as those of Secretary Kerry and the entire department, to increase the number of children returned to their parents, to advocate for membership in the treaty, and to create safeguards that will minimize the risk of international parental child abduction. Mr. Chairman and members of the subcommittee, in conclusion, I want to assure you that we continue to develop programs and outreach to prevent abductions through increasing awareness of this issue. Your support remains a key element to our success. Congressional interest is crucial as we encourage other countries to join the convention and continue bilateral discussions to resolve existing cases that fall outside the convention framework. I will be very happy to take your questions.